Hello everybody, this is going to be a video all about the Tom Ford Honeymoon palette. I have to apologize in case I sound a little bit weird. I am coming out of a nasty cold and I'm under the impression that I may sound a little bit nasal, but we'll get through it. Now, as I was saying, this is a video all about the Tom Ford Honeymoon palette. And it's a palette that I remember when it first came out, I think it was around February or March, it was sold out everywhere and I couldn't get my hands on it. But since it's a permanent palette, I finally managed to get it. This is the only Tom Ford eyeshadow palette that I've got, and I have my eyes on another one, but I'll let you know if and when I get it. Now, the Honeymoon palette, as with all other eyeshadow palettes, they come with pouch. Tom Ford is well known for luxury packaging when it comes to all his beauty products. This is the packaging. It's brownish and with gold, and it says Tom Ford here. It has a magnetic closure, which I like, a big mirror, 2 brushes. I never use the brushes that come with palettes. I honestly think it's such a waste of space, and a protective like plastic thing. Now, this is the palette. I have mentioned this palette on my previous video, which was my top 5 eyeshadow palettes. I'll link the video down below. If you haven't watched that, go and watch it. You get quite a lot of products. You get 6 grams of eyeshadows, as the pans are quite big. Now, all the shades here, all the eyeshadows are quite shimmery, but they're not glittery, because Tom Ford has some eyeshadows that they're really glittery with like literally chunks of glitter in them. This is nothing at all like this. This is like a nice shimmer to them. It's a warm, beautiful palette, and you have a nice dark, almost maroony kind of brown. You have a nice bright cranberry almost. You have golden, like a sandy color, and you've got a nice all over the lid champagne one. Now, this palette retails for £64. This is the same price as all other Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes, which is quite a hefty price tag, I must say, for just 4 eyeshadows. That's one of the reasons I never bought any of Tom Ford eyeshadows before. I know they're incredible and they blend really nicely, but you know, £64 for just 4 eyeshadows is a little bit of, you know, a stretch, at least for me. It's what I've got on my eyes today, and I'm wearing all 4 colors. The reason I chose to go for the Honeymoon palette, apart from the reason that, you know, it looks stunning and looks amazing, it's the fact that it retails for £64, which, as I said, it's the price of all Tom Ford eyeshadow quads, but it's one of the only 2 eyeshadow quads in the whole Tom Ford collection that is the wet and dry formula, meaning that you can use the eyeshadows as they are, dry, but you can also wet your brush with like a MAC Fix Plus or any spray, and you can also use them wet. I used this one, the cranberry almost shade, wet, and oh my god, if you use them wet, they intensify, they become even more pigmented, and the color payoff is like amazing. For me, it's like getting 8 eyeshadows instead of 4, because you can use them wet or dry. Not that this justifies the price again, at least you get more, in my mind, you get more out for your money. So let's get to the swatches. I'm gonna start with these 2 colors here. The first one, it's a really nice champagne-y kind all over the lid color. And then second one is like a deeper kind of sand color. And this is the Swatches Dry. Can you see that? Look at that pigmentation. Moving on to the top row, when you have the 2 darker shades, the nice cranberry shade and the nice brownie, almost plummy shape. There you have it. Look at that, like, are you kidding me? You can see that they're quite shimmery. Even in the very dark one, you can tell it's nothing like too into your face. I think that's a really big plus of this palette because they're shimmery but not glittery. People of all ages can wear that. Okay, so these are all the eyeshadows swatched when they're dry. Let's now go on the other hand and swatch them when they're wet. Look at that. Can you see how more intensified, like pigmented they look? Oh my goodness. Here is the second row. I don't know whether you can see that on the lighter colors, but I believe in the deeper, like in the last two colors, in the deeper colors, like the difference is quite significant. These are all the eyeshadows swatched for you guys. As I said, Tom Ford Honeymoon Palette is a beautiful palette for me. It's right up my street. The pigmentation changes completely and the consistency on the eyeshadows changes completely depending on how you want to use it. If you want like something like which is really out there, really intensified, really a va-va-voom look, go for wet. If you want something a little bit more subtle, still out there, but a little bit more subtle, go and use them dry. That's everything from me, guys. I hope you really enjoyed me reviewing the Tom Ford Honeymoon palette. I know you all really liked when I reviewed the Tom Ford Afternoon palette, which I'm gonna link the video also down below in case you want to go and have a look at that one too. Have a lovely day or night wherever you're watching this. If you want to catch up with me whilst I'm away on holiday, come and follow me on Instagram. I would love to have you there. And that's it. See you all very soon. Bye, guys.